Today we're in the shop working on a 1996 GMC Sonoma ZR2 4x4. Need a water pump. If you're going to tackle this, the cooling system in any vehicle, I'd go ahead and replace your hose clamp and your hoses. So that way you have no issues whatsoever. They do fail. Hose clamps do fail, and of course we know hoses do. So we'll get started. And as always, when working on a vehicle, you want to remove one of the battery terminals, the negative terminal. Okay, fan removal. You're going to need to rent this tool along with one of these wrenches right here. I think it is .36mm. Guess you have a 36mm wrench. You'll need to rent, and they come in a tool set like this. I think it's $80 some to rent them, but you get your money back. And then here's the box that this one was in. And how you work it, this is how you work it. You put these two, put this around your pump pulley bolts. So get it in there. Like that. And you can tighten it by squeezing those two bars together. I'll show you what I mean in a second. It's kind of hard to operate both at the same time. Then you take this and you go ahead and undo it. So I will show you. I already broke it loose. You might want to wear a pair of gloves when you do it because I'm bleeding and I let out some vulgar language. Which I bleed almost every time I do something. So. The reason why you want to keep your belt on here until a little bit later is because you can, getting these bolts off here, it's going to be a lot easier when the water pump isn't spinning. And it looks like I'm missing one right here, so it looks like I have to replace that as well. You always find things that somebody else did before you got to it. These bolts are 10mm. Okay, once you're ready to take the belt off, this right here is, it just takes a regular ratchet. This is your move it. It'll take the belt right off. I always take a picture of the belt on it before I remove it. Take a look at your belt, see if it needs replaced. I just replaced mine probably about a year ago, so I'm not too worried about it. Right now, I want to check your tensioners, your pulleys, I'm sorry. See if they're any noisy. Might want to replace it. This one's kind of loud. Might want to. I'm going to probably replace this one. I'm going to go ahead and remove it, make it easier. One bolt, and it'll let me get into the hoses a lot easier. So you don't lose the bolt. You'll have to reuse the bolt when you bring in the new tensioner. Pulley. All right. Flat blade screwdriver. I did say you wanted to replace all your hose clamps earlier, I hope anyway. This one looks like a factory one on the bottom. You probably really want to replace that. Once you release your lower radiator hose from the water pump, it is going to gush a lot of water out. So be careful on as far as your animals. You know, if you're doing it outside, you know, your garage floor, you can clean it up. If you're out in the grass or something, you might want to be careful, water it down, or you know, so your animals don't eat it or drink it. They like it. It's sweet to them, but it's very bad for them. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start getting these bolts off. Nine 16ths. Get it off the water pump housing, the bolts. be at least 4. We'll go ahead and take the rest of them off so you don't have to worry about it. You want to make sure that you clean up those ends there and get all the gunk and everything off of where the new water pump is going to fit up there, so the gaskets will fit. And but you want to spend some time on there. I'm not finished yet. I'm going to get it a little bit more, and that way I have no worry about the connection to it where it's going to seal. What I did here was I put a very, very thin coat of RTV sealant on the inside of that gasket to that way it's a lot easier to install. I'll let that RTV sealant seal up down there for a little bit, and I'm going to put a very thin coat here as well. More is not better here. I went ahead and cleaned up the bolts on the wire wheel. That way there's no more sticky gasket material or anything like that on them. Okay, go ahead and put your pulley back on the water pump. And I went ahead and put these new hose clamps on and put the hoses back on. I figured you didn't want to see a bunch of that.